So it looks like we have one active hive. I'll be interested to see what we have in here because there's a lot of dead bees in the front, which usually means that they survived the winter. Guess we'll find out soon. Well, that's not good. But let's open it up, see why they died. It's the smallest cluster in the middle. I'll be interested to see how many bees are on the bottom. Okay, so a majority of the bees are on this side of the hive. So what I'm gonna probably do is start on this side, take the frame with dead bees, throw one of the frames out, because it's good practice to throw out 2 frames every season. And I'm just gonna slowly go through the hive and then I'll clean up the box. So there's nothing on this. This is just food. It's just more food. Because it's getting lighter, so we're starting to get into brood. No brood yet, and I have a feeling it's going to be in these last 3 frames just because they're so huddled up in here. And they like to keep the brood warm, so the bees naturally tend to want to walk all over the brood. And there we got nice brood. We've got all these cap brood, and then there's eggs lining all around it. So I'm happy to see that. Same thing on the other side. Even more brood on this one. The queen's probably going to be on this last frame. She's on the last frame, so right here, if you want, take a nice picture of her. Yeah, with the little blue on the back. Really happy with how this looks. There we go. Nice frame of brood. Another beautiful frame of brood. There's the queen on it. Sandwich her right there, and then the last frame of brood. All right. Two. Still a good amount of weight to it, so I'm not going to feed them. I have extra food just in case they were super light. So this is just insulation that just keeps the bees warm. So this hives look really good. There's about half of a box of bees, which is excellent for this time of the year. They're bringing in lots of pollen. The queen looks great. You know, I really don't have any complaints, especially for, you know, mid to end of April. It's looking great. Ignore all the gross liquid. I had to do quite a bit of cleanup. I'll definitely be replacing this hive maybe mid-May. Hopefully you'll be back to see the growth of this thing, because I have a feeling that when I do come back, this thing is going to be exploding with bees.
And it turns out that my audio wasn't recording, so I'm going to do a quick voiceover. Here, I'm just checking to see if the bees are alive, and they are. So I decided to get my smoker, smoke the entrance, and then snap the outer cover, smoke some here, and open up the beehive. And there's a lot of bees in here, and I was pleasantly surprised. Here, I'm just checking for the queen. Sometimes they're going to be on the inner cover in the spring just because it's the warmest, and she likes to be warm. Pulling the first frame is just food. Second frame is just going to be food as well. The third frame, also food. The fourth frame ended up being pretty much empty, but that's always good because that gives the queen somewhere to lay. And now we're starting to get into the good stuff here. You may be able to see, but there is a little bit of nectar and pollen coming into this frame. This is where we're going to get into the good stuff. So we have brood on this frame. I believe we saw eggs and larvae. And there's a good amount of pollen on that frame. Now we're going to get into more brood. You could see all that dark capping on the frame. Those are baby bees that are going to be born soon, all right here. And it's pretty much the same thing over on this side. You can see the queen right here. She's marked blue, which means that she was born last year. And now that I saw her, I'm able to close up the beehive. I know that she's healthy. I know that the bees are on their way to growing pretty large in population. And I got to make sure that I don't bring bees in with me. So I have to kind of flick these bees off of me. Made a little bit of a mess. And that's it. That's it for the entire inspection. And I'll be back in a few weeks because the bees are going to run out of room.
But right off the bat, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like what I see. There's not a lot of bees in the front, which means that there aren't bees cleaning out the hive. So I'll take a peek and see if I need to start anything up. If not, it's just gonna be a cleanup job. Okay, moment of truth. Yeah, okay. All right, well, that's unfortunate. So that'll have to be cleaned out. Moment of truth on this one as well. See if there are bees. And there's no. All right, well, as I suspected, there's no bees alive. So I'm gonna dig into these hives, see how they died, whether or not there was a disease, and then we'll clean them up. As you can see here, I have 3 spaces for frames. I threw out 3 frames because they look pretty gross, so I just didn't want them in any hive. When I do introduce the bees, I'll be taking 1 frame out because I put 4 frames of bees in, and then we'll start the season. So that should be sometime in the middle of May, maybe towards the end of May, depending on my queen availability, when I'm actually going to be able to get queens. But I think I know what went wrong. I believe that I introduced these hives onto this roof quite late into the season. I'll have to double check, but I believe it was July, and I just don't think that there was enough time for them to really produce enough brood to have them survive the entire winter. I believe that they did survive into at least December, but it's really tough to know just with the amount of brood that I found in both hives. But they both look very similar, and because I introduced them at the same time, I'm going to go out and say that that's the reason why they didn't make it. So this year, introducing the nucleus hives earlier in the season, bigger hives, better chance of survival. So fingers crossed, I think everything is gonna go smoothly this year and we're gonna get plenty of honey from these bees. All right, I'm gonna put this away and that'll be it. So first housekeeping that we're gonna do is we're going to open up the inner cover that you see there. Mm-hmm. We'll see how big the hive is, and then I'm going to just put the box to the side and I'm gonna clean out the bottom because I guarantee there's gonna be a bunch of dead bees there. Oh, okay, it's pretty good. Pretty impressed. There's a lot of bees in this area.
Like the ice?
So I'm looking for queen and I'm looking for brood. So I'm looking for eggs or larvae or anything of that sort, and there's nothing on this frame. Yeah, this frame is heavier. Oh, there's the queen right there.
Okay.
She looks really good. So I'll keep her down in here. Everything so far is looking excellent.
Because, like having to remove...
Oh wow, this is excellent. All of this is gonna be baby bees.
Okay.
All this brown stuff.
Okay.
And then all lining is larvae and eggs. So this is gonna be a really strong hive. Same thing on this. All this yellow pollen is what they're all bringing in. So they're depositing it all around the edge of the brood, which is what they're supposed to do. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, this is gonna be a strong hive. Really pretty.
Very cool. Here, can you hold that up
Yeah,
for
sure.
me, and I'll just take one more picture.
Really happy with how this looks. Very happy. Okay, let me remove some stuff before I even get started here. There we go. see here. This is just food. Yeah, same thing with this one. There's nothing really happening on this. All right, now we're getting into the good stuff. So we have some brood here, some brood on the outside. Nothing major just yet. It's looking really good though. So we know that the queen is active in here. There's a nice frame of brood. So we're gonna see how many frames of brood we have. So we got one there. I suspect it'll probably be in the neighborhood of about 4. We got another frame here, so that's 2. That's 3.
That's a deterrent for them?
There's the queen actually right here. She's got a little,
Oh,
she's got
shit,
some,
no way.
she's got some green still on her from when I marked her last year, but she's busy. She looks good.
Great.
Yeah. All right.